In 2023 came out another La Vie Est Belle flanker, Iris Absolu, that is enriched with a 10 times higher concentration of iris, and it comes in this gorgeous bottle that almost looks like a sculpture with this textured ripple glass detailing. On Lancome's website, it's explained that the bottle was inspired by the waves created by a drop falling on the surface of the water. And in the same way, a beaming smile all La Vie Est Belle flankers have captured in their crystal bottles creates an endless wave of happiness radiating outwards. Will this perfume put a smile on your face, and would you like it even if you hate the original La Vie Est Belle? Stay tuned until the end of this video and you will find out. And hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's so good to see you again. So let's dig how Iris Absolu smell. In the opening, you get a bright, citrusy orange blossom mixed with fruity aspects of the blackcurrant and fig. But that initial fruitiness after 30 seconds is mixed with a hefty dose of iris, and really soon iris overpowers fruity nuances in the opening. Iris doesn't smell like makeup on my skin, although some on Fragrantica say this smells like cosmetics or like makeup bag on them. On me, iris is very powdery, but also dry, dusty, carrot-like, rooty, and earthy. It reminds me of the iris in Prada Les Infusions range. It has the same powdery, green, dry, earthy, and slightly smoky qualities, but it's mixed with fig sweetness. And fig here has a buttery, creamy texture, so imagine you're in a greenhouse surrounded only by irises. You're enjoying fig compote while inhaling this enticing, powdery, green, earthy floral aroma. So the opening is a combination of Prada Les Infusions d'Iris and fig compote. In the heart, iris is still, yes, it's still the most dominant note, and it gives a classy vibe to this scent. And other florals join the party as well with some herbal greenness, earthiness, and woodiness, probably from the patchouli, but that darker, woody, earthy notes are in the background, and they serve as a counterbalance to dominant floral and sweet notes. The scent just gets sweeter in the dry down, and it smells like you've walked to the part of the greenhouse where violets and jasmines are blooming as well. You lean against a tree, and the mixture of powdery iris, other florals, and woodiness from the tree bark are enveloping you in this beautiful powdery woody sweetness. After the mid-notes, the iris fades away and becomes a side player while the scent becomes sweeter. I still get florals, and they smell to me like violets. Patchouli is there, it's not strong, but it adds a slightly earthy vibe and some depth. And I'm not sure what gourmand accord was used here. Is it something nutty like almond or something thicker, caramel-like? But overall, gourmand note just adds to the sweetness, so Iris Absolu starts to resemble the original La Vie Est Belle. In the dry down, this smells like you picked violets in the greenhouse and then you made candied violets, you left them by the open window, and you sat in your favorite chair. And while you're sitting, you're getting the scent of earthy grass outside mixed with candied violets, and that combo is just so comforting. And if I had to simplify how Iris Absolu smells, then I would say you got a very powdery, dusty iris on top of the softer and easier to wear original La Vie Est Belle. Like this is an overlaying combination of Prada Les Infusions d'Iris and the original La Vie Est Belle. Iris adds a lot of grace and ladylike qualities to a familiar La Vie Est Belle scent profile, so the overall vibe you get is comforting, elegant, sophisticated, and very classy composition. And if you're curious what are the differences between the original and La Vie Est Belle Iris Absolu, then the first main difference is that Iris Absolu is less sweet. It is still sweet, but it doesn't have cloying, syrupy sweetness you get in the original. And the main second difference is in the way iris is done in these two perfumes, although in both you get a lot of iris powdery qualities. In the original, iris smells like it was dipped in the syrupy sweetness, while iris here is dustier, carrot-like, earthier, and a bit greener, like you get a real iris, the scent of its petals, stems, and the scent of earth is growing in. And the third main difference is patchouli. In the original, it's much more prominent, while here you get patchouli, but it's always somewhere in the background behind the powdery iris and candied violet aroma. Therefore, I think Iris Absolu will be a less polarizing version of the original La Vie Est Belle. It's softer, it's more likable, it's a tamed version of the original with a stronger iris note. So if the original was too cloying or boring for you, try out Iris Absolu. It's less sticky sweet and more grown-up scent with an elegant aura around it. I quite like this flanker. I think it's very pretty, especially because it has a character, but it remains delicate, feminine and floral. So my rating for Iris Absolu is 9 out of 10. But unfortunately, performance isn't Iris Absolu's strongest quality, although almost none of La Vie Est Belle flankers can compare to the beast mode performance of the original. This one is quite soft, like overly moderate performing perfume, but a lot of people on Fragrantica commented this lasts really well on them, so maybe performance depends on your skin chemistry. Iris Absolu lasts about 5 hours on my skin, but it sticks to clothes for a long time. I can still faintly smell it even the next day on clothes, but the projection isn't very loud or noticeable. It's soft to moderate, so my rating for its performance is 6 out of 10. If this review has been helpful and informative so far, boop the like button and subscribe. That's a great help to my channel. And if you had tried this perfume, let me know in the comments what you think of Iris Absolu. Does it perform better on your skin? And does the iris here become makeupy or dusty, carrot-like and earthy on your skin? And if you hadn't had the chance to try it out, what should you be aware of before blind buying it? And the first negative point is the opening. That strong blast of dry, earthy iris in the opening might smell like pencil shavings or damp forest for some, and that might be off-putting, but wait for 10 minutes because the scent will become much more powdery, floral and feminine. I'm not the biggest fan of the opening either, but the rest is really beautiful. And the second negative point is the performance. 5 hours of lasting power is okay, but I'm a bit sad because it doesn't project much and it sits closer to your skin. So if you love stronger perfumes like me, then this might be a bit disappointing, especially since Lancome's perfumes always have great lasting power. This one does too, but it's moderately projecting perfume on my skin. And now positive points. The first one is iris. It's powdery, but not in a suffocating, old-fashioned way. It doesn't feel vintage to me at all. It just feels classy and elegant. It gives a luxurious feel to this fragrance, but also it doesn't smell lipsticky or makeupy on my skin. So if you were hoping for a makeupy iris, you might be disappointed. Maybe on you, iris in this flanker will turn lipsticky, but mostly on me, this is very dry, rooty and earthy, and those iris qualities perfectly balance other floral and sweet notes. And the second positive point is patchouli. Sometimes patchouli can be too earthy, nauseating and dirty smelling like the scent of sweat, but here it's done so beautifully, and as someone who isn't a fan of patchouli, it doesn't bother me at all in this perfume. It's always somewhere in the background, it's quite discreet, and it's beautifully paired with powdery and floral notes. the good thing is that you don't have to like the original La Vie Est Belle to enjoy this flanker. I think that even if you dislike the original, you might like Iris Absolu because it feels very high quality, and because of the way iris is done here, it almost leans into a niche territory. So even if you disliked the strong patchouli in previous flankers, try this one out because Iris Absolu has a likable quality, and Lancome made a great release that will attract new customers and that will be likable enough for those who found the patchouli and sweetness in the original a little bit sickening and too strong, but you must like powdery notes and iris to truly appreciate this fragrance. Iris Absolu would be a very versatile fragrance, wearable in fall, winter and spring, but I wouldn't recommend it for summer because it might be too much in warmer weather. It's equally great for daytime and nighttime occasions, and overall I feel like it's less mainstream compared to the original La Vie Est Belle. This would be a scent of mostly quiet woman, but she's very classy and confident. She has a strong presence and she doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Iris Absolu is very elegant, it doesn't feel outdated, and it smells really classy. But I'm not a fan of the opening and that dirty, earthy iris that almost smells like pencil shavings, so this didn't become a love. And I wish the iris turned lipsticky on me instead of earthy. Although this does smell beautifully in the air, it's sweeter in the air and I wouldn't mind at all smelling it on the others or someone else, and the dry down is delicious. So 3 words I would describe this perfume with would be powdery iris greenhouse, and my overall rating for its scent profile and performance is 7 out of 10. And I know that for many of you, Iris Absolu is your favorite La Vie Est Belle flanker, and I can see why. It's so elegant, so be free to share your opinions and the way you would rate Iris Absolu in the comments. That will be a huge help to others watching this video. And if you want to find out more about this really lipsticky perfume, Narciso Rodriguez Narciso Rouge, click on this video and I will see you there. Bye!